Resentment. Resentment is an emotion that most human beings feel in one form or another due to whatever's happening within their life. It's a normal emotion. Resentment is usually a form of disgust within how we've been treated, or it's a disappointment in how we've been treated, feeling like we've been let down, or it's a feeling of anger and resentment towards how somebody has treated us. And a narcissist is going to go all out to make you feel like your reaction of resentment is the problem, so that they don't have to change their behaviour, so that other people don't recognise their behaviour, so they don't feel ashamed of their own behaviour. Which is quite ironic, as narcissistic people are some of the most resentful people you could ever meet. However, they're not going to admit this within themselves. They're just going to shift this straight over to you. Narcissistic people are incredibly entitled people. They feel entitled to have their own way. They don't always have the answers to why they should have their own way, which is where their arrogance comes into play, where they seek to pull those down. Those who are naive, who just don't understand, who go and ask a narcissist a question about something that the narcissist does not have the answer to, they're literally going to tear that person down. They're going to make that other person feel stupid and dumb, or they're going to accuse that other person of being discriminative towards them in some way, and the narcissist is going to turn into the victim. Narcissistic people have a willingness to exploit people, and they lack the empathy to care. However, when they can't exploit someone, they feel resentful that they can't exploit someone. They feel like they should be the centre of attention. So when they're not the centre of attention, they feel disgusted within you for not giving them the attention that they believe they're entitled to. Narcissistic people use their resentment to obtain power over people. They use their feelings of resentment to get one over on you, to place that fear within you, or to punish somebody. They will quickly discard somebody and move on to somebody new because they feel resentful that the person they discarded wasn't giving them the attention they were entitled to. So they move on to somebody new. They use that resentment to punish the other person. However, narcissistic people can only rule for so long, and then they start to lose people. People start to see through the narcissist's lies. They start to make enemies. People start to distrust them and dislike them. They can hold the dynamics of a family unit for so long. However, they quickly move on to somebody new. They quickly move on to something new. Whatever it is, a narcissist might be able to hold a family unit together. They can't hold a career together. People have issues, so these are the reasons behind this. We are talking about narcissistic people here. So they can only rule in anything for so long, because at some point their true colours are revealed. And as people can naturally become resentful to how a narcissist has treated them, people can actually ally against the narcissist, which is often when you'll see a narcissist move out of town before anybody can expose the narcissist. A narcissist reign over people, yes, when it's 20, 30 years, it can feel like a long time, but it's short-lived, and it ends in a very painful way for all parties involved. However, the narcissist is going to be blaming the other person, and the other person is often left crushed and blaming themselves. Narcissistic people put on a persona. They sell people an illusion of who they are based on the information they've got from the other person, of who the other person would like them to be. They put on a persona to be liked by people. They mirror people to be liked by people. They're unable to be their genuine selves around people. They're hiding who they are to be liked, to gain that admiration, to gain that attention. The grandiose narcissist has usually got enough charismatic charm to cover their tracks and to be arrogant enough to be themselves, yet pass things off as a joke. The fragile narcissist has usually got to put a grand act on of who they are as a person to be liked by other people. However, both sides is a refusal to admit who they are as a person. The grandiose narcissist, the arrogant narcissist that can have that charismatic charm to get away with their behaviour, can't admit to who they truly are. That's why they have to manipulate people, gaslight people, deceive people, lie to people, because they can't be truly honest and open about who they are. If they feel like somebody might turn against them, that they need on their side as an enabler or a flying monkey, they will put on a persona to keep that person where the narcissist wants them. The fragile is often very resentful that they can't just be liked for who they are and having to put that front on. They are very resentful that perhaps they don't even know their true identity and that other people turn away from them. People can turn away from the persona that they put on, and people can turn away from when that mask drops and they reveal who they truly are. And narcissistic people are very resentful that people will at some point walk away from them. They're very resentful of those who do walk away from them because they believe they own that person, that they're entitled to get their needs met by that person. Now, there's many reasons why people can be resentful. One of those is just simply immaturity. We can all be resentful when we're young. Teenagers can be resentful when they go through those teenage years of the mood swings, when they're asked to do something that they don't want to do, and it's just immaturity, it's just growth. It's something that most will learn to grow out of. Narcissistic people stay in that immature place. They don't feel like they should have to do anything for other people. They feel like other people should do everything for them. And you can feel resentful when somebody's taking advantage of you, when someone is oppressing who you are as a person, when you can no longer express your thoughts, your feelings, your opinions, when you can no longer do the career you want to do, when you can no longer meet up with friends and families, when you can no longer do the hobbies you enjoy, when you are deceived into believing one thing and then it turns out to be something completely different, when you are promised one thing, believing that you both want the same things, and then they move on and deliver those things to somebody new. Narcissistic people get you to a point where you become a people pleaser. And then when you've become a people pleaser, you become a pushover. And naturally, at some point, that resentment's going to rise within you, often first and foremost aimed at yourself and disgusted with yourself for putting up with it for so long, for not seeing it for what it is. However, narcissistic people are very good at putting on that persona so that you can't see it for what it is. And then comes along that battle of wills where we can almost begin to imitate the predator and reflect back to them how they are treating us, and then we can end up feeling like we're the narcissistic one, and then we feel resentful for how we're behaving. We feel disgusted within our own behaviour. Narcissistic people don't feel disgusted within their own behaviour, they just blame somebody else. However, when we begin to treat the narcissist how they've been treating us, it goes against our moral ethics. It goes against who we are as a person. So when we learn that one of the best methods to overcome narcissistic abuse is to go no contact, we feel mean. It goes morally against who we are as a person. We care for them. We have that compassion for them. However, Compassion is a dangerous thing in a narcissistic person's hands because they will exploit your compassion to gain your forgiveness so that you continue enabling them. We can have compassion for young children that are defenseless, that need to scream, to be fed, to be changed, to be cuddled. However, when it's a grown adult, they need to be able to tend to themselves. We can all fall on bad times. We can all need a bit of help and support. However, when it comes to narcissistic people, they're going to exploit this. They're going to play the victim to suck absolutely everything out of you they can. And once they have, they're going to discard you and leave you full of anger and resentment. Yet if you don't go no contact, if you don't start putting up them boundaries, they're going to keep encroaching on you. They're going to keep going and going and going to get their needs met by you, making you feel worse in the long run. We can feel mean saying no. We can feel mean no longer entering a conversation because we know it's not going to get us anywhere. We can feel mean going no contact. We can feel narcissistic by no longer speaking to people. We can feel narcissistic by cutting off friends and family who are no good for our psychological health. However, by staying around them, we're actually enabling them and punishing ourselves. By walking free from them, they're not going to learn. They don't see it within their own minds. They don't for 1 second think they could be narcissistic. To them, you're the one that's been the narcissist. They don't see that they've pushed you to that point. To them, you're the one with the problem, which is why they're telling everybody that you're the bitter one, you're the resentful one. When in reality, you've just stuck up for yourself and said, I'm not having this anymore. I'm not being treated like this anymore. Enough's enough. Because until you put that wall up, until you put that barrier up between you and a narcissistic person that's looking to exploit you, they're going to keep encroaching on your space and they're going to keep taking from you. They train you into being a people pleaser to serve them. And when you're no longer that people pleaser serving them, they feel resentful towards you and they seek to find ways to punish you. It is normal to feel resentment when somebody has hurt you. However, you've got to use that resentment to free yourself from the person that's causing that pain within you. You can't explain it to a narcissistic person because they get pleasure out of your pain. They're not going to change. It's who they are. The difficult thing is recognizing who they are between all the lies and illusions that they sell us with that persona they put on to get their needs met by us. When it comes to dealing with narcissistic people, the best method is no contact. Let them go and live their life and say whatever they need to while you go and live yours. If you need to keep a record for things like law enforcement because they still don't understand the word no, they don't understand no contact, then you need to keep those things. You need to document everything. If you can't go no contact due to having children, then it needs to be limited contact and grey rock. Don't give them any information about you because they will use that against you. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.